This is another example of how to solve a word problem. So once again, we're going to use GRASS, which is given, required, analysis, solution, and statement. So the question here is a cylindrical can has height h and radius r. Its volume is 28 cubic centimeters. Express h as a function of r and vice versa. So we're going to start with given. So here we're given that height is going to be h. Radius is going to be r. And then we also know that the volume, which I'm going to say is V, we know that volume is going to be 28 centimeters cubed. So that's all that we're given in the question, and then now we're going to move on to required. So here it says express h as a function of r and vice versa. So what it's saying to do is express h as a function of r, and when it says vice versa, that means do the same for opposite roles. So we're going to express r as a function of h. So now we can move on to the analysis. For analysis, I'm actually going to draw this can. So it says it's a cylinder, so we can assume that it actually has a cylinder shape. And we know that the radius is r, and the height is going to be h. So if we write down the volume of a cylinder, the volume is going to be pi r squared multiplied by h. So here we know that our radius is just r and our h is just h, but we know what v is, so we can sub that in. So it's going to be 28 is equal to pi r squared times h. So that's the formula that we're going to use. So now in the solution it says to find h of r. So to find h of r, we're going to rearrange to isolate h. So up here we see that h is on this side, so we have to get rid of the pi r squared. So what we have to do is divide by pi r squared to get rid of it on this side, and what we do to this right side, we have to do the left side. So what we're going to do is divide 28 by pi r squared. So it's going to be h of r is equal to 28 over pi r squared. So that's our formula for h of r. Now we need to do the same for r of h. To isolate for r here, we actually have to do two things. First, we have to divide by pi and h, because since r squared is multiplied by pi and h, we have to divide by those. And when we do the right side, we have to do the left side. So this is going to be 28 over pi times h. And then here, so what we see so far is we have r squared is equal to 28 over pi h. So we need to get rid of this squared. The way to get rid of a square is to square root something, because they cancel each other out. So what we do to the left side, we have to do to the right side. So that's what it's going to look like. So r of h is going to be the square root of 28 over pi h. So that's all you need to do for the solution. So now you need your therefore statement. So you can say h as a function of r is, and then rewrite your function that you found. And you can say r as a function of h is what we found here. So it's going to be r of h is equal to the square root of 28 over pi times h. So that is how you solve this kind of word problem.